Hello, lovely friends. I hope that all of you are doing well. As I'm sitting here editing this video, I am scratching like crazy because of all of my mosquito bites, just a little bit sweaty because it's kind of warm tonight, and listening to a thunderstorm. So I guess that means it's officially summertime. It usually feels like summer a whole lot earlier than the month of August, but this year has just been kind of a weird one for me, so it finally feels like the kind of summer I've been looking forward to all year. Maybe just a little bit later than expected, but these beautiful flowers are smiling at me and telling me summer's still here and there's still time to get out there and enjoy it. After both a rainy and smoky start to summer, the last week or so has just felt more like a normal summertime here in the Hudson Valley, with some warm days, some cooler nights, and when I look around, even a few leaves starting to turn color and drop to the ground. I even had to bring back out one of my little grandma blankets because it's gotten so chilly the last week in the evenings. But I have to confess, I don't mind bringing out my colorful blankets that make me so happy. Hey, I'll get you a blue blue. Hold on. Only one more though, buddy. You've had a lot of blue blues. Okay, sit. Sit. Lie down. Okay, now you wait. You wait. Let me get this off your nose. Okay, wait. Good boy. Go! Yeah, you ate it all up? You piggly wiggle. So the other week I was in a thrift store and I found this really cool piece of fabric that I don't exactly know what it is. I think maybe a table runner, but I was so drawn to the pattern and the colors. So I got it, not knowing what on earth I would do with it. And then it hit me about 2 weeks later that it would make the perfect little piano cover. And I absolutely love it. I'm so glad that I got it. And while I was at that thrift store, hunting through, I found some lace curtains that I just thought were so beautiful. I had no idea where I wanted to put them, but I brought them home and ended up seeing if I might like them here in this window. Let me see. Let me see, let me see. Yes. You can't really tell with the lighting, but it looks so good. Hey, buddy. Should we go Popeyes to the store? Will you come be my shopping buddy? You will? You're a good boy. You're such a good boy, buddy. Since I was so excited about my curtains, I couldn't wait. Charlie and I headed straight to the store to buy some little curtain rings we could use. I'm so curious if anybody else here does my favorite thing that drives all my friends crazy, which is I park as far away from the store as possible so that I can get my exercise. I think it's like the craziest thing when I see people circling parking lots at a gym to park as close as they can to then go in and exercise. It's just one of those things where I always giggle when I see it happening. But then when I'm with people and I park far away, they're completely annoyed by it. So Charlie doesn't care since I'm carrying him in. But yeah, I tend to park really far away. And then I feel like I don't have to go to the gym, right? Let's check you out. Oh my, oh, what a difficult life you live. Are you ready to go in? I'm gonna help Mama pick out some things. Good boy. It's okay, I got you. Good boy. This is my first time since moving to the state of New York that I live only maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes away from both a Target and a Walmart. And that is proving to be very dangerous. Whenever I get any idea in my head for a project, I just hop in the car and run straight out without really thinking it through. But this time it was a good idea. I have a little project in mind for my morning glories. Sometimes when I thrift items, I know exactly how I'll use them, but other times I'm not sure, and it's fun to just bring things home and wait until the inspiration hits you on how you're going to use them. I actually don't think it will. Okay, let's not do that. I don't need to break any bones. Right? I think so. This was actually 4 panels that were being sold for $10 at the thrift store, and I went up and asked if I could just have 2 for a lower price, and he said, well, how about I just give you all 4 for $5? And I said, well, I only need 2. I said, okay, can I buy all 4 for $5 and then give you back 2, like redonate them? And that's what I did. And I am just so in love with them. Lace is so beautiful. It just makes me so happy. I think if you didn't know my house, you wouldn't know I added curtains, but I know my house and I love seeing that little extra bit of lace up there. It looks so pretty. What do you think, big fella? Charlie's tired because he was with his friend Felix over the week. Yes, Felix. And they were running around like crazy boys. And now he's tired. Hi, buddy. You gonna get more drinks? Oh my gosh. What's underneath? Sorry, I don't know if that's good for you though. We should probably stop in case it's not good for your brain. Oh, my garden. It is just an absolute jungle out there. But my indoor plants have been making me happy and reminding me that maybe it's time to get back out there and work on them a little bit. Well, my poor garden. What a mess. What a mess. But my morning glories are growing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for them. I have always loved morning glories. There's just something so whimsical and beautiful and dainty about them. And I love that they'll climb up things that aren't so pretty and make them look really elegant and lovely. So I decided to give my morning glories a beautiful little spot to do some climbing here on the porch. And hopefully within a very short time, they'll be able to be climbing all over the string that I hung here at the porch, which without the morning glories doesn't look so cute, but once they're growing on it will be absolutely beautiful. Last fall, when I was leaving my other cottage, I went ahead and collected so many morning glory seeds. I want to say thousands, but maybe it's not that many. It was a lot because I had so many growing at that cottage. And so I saved them and I thought I would get them planted all over the place at this cottage this summer. But then I had my little snafu with nature, with the ticks and Lyme disease, and I decided to stay inside for the last month and missed my kind of window of opportunity to get those morning glories planted and happy and established. So instead I just went back to the other cottage and pulled up some other ones that were already growing, and now I'm going to use them. The garden is an absolute disaster at this point. I let too much time go by. It was like over a month where I didn't work in the garden at all, and it's just a disaster. So I decided like last week that I had to just get rubber boots and get out there and try and be brave, even though I'm not at ease right now still outside because of the ticks and the Lyme disease that I had gotten treated for. So yeah, but I really want to fall back in love with gardening. Well, I'm still in love with gardening, but I really want to just be at ease in my garden. So I decided last week it's time to go get some more plants because everything that had been planted, most of it's really just, I think it's kind of a lost cause for this year, but I'm going to try and put some things in just so that the boxes look nice, and maybe some things will be on clearance. And right when I was thinking it was time to do that, I got to meet up with a friend I haven't seen in a bit, and she gave me a gift card, a really generous, amazing gift card, and it said to use for your garden. So it came at the exact right time. I'm so grateful that she gave me that. So I'm going to go in with Charlie. We're going to pick out some fun things, and I'm going to try to feel peaceful again outside. Once you hit July and August, the ticks aren't usually quite as bad. And I've been spraying the lawn, the garden area with the Wondercide to try and keep the ticks away. So hopefully it's helping. And yeah, time to get back out into the garden. I've really missed it. It's this is the first time I've ever felt scared to be outside. So I'm working on it. But first things first, I need to go get some beautiful flowers to put into the garden. Well, thankfully, I realized as I was walking into Lowe's that I have a Home Depot gift card. So let's go to Home Depot instead. Charlie is not the biggest fan of when I put his bag in the cart, so I'm working on it with him. I think all the motion scares him. He prefers to rest on my shoulder. But look at these beautiful, beautiful flowers. I absolutely love these colors. So I did grab one of those, and then I went looking for herbs. And I think I'm going to just focus on herbs in my boxes and be able to dry them out for teas and for other things like that. And that's going to be good for this year. I thought that at this point my garden would be stunning. I thought it would be absolutely bursting with flowers and herbs and have all these amazing smells and just be incredible. And as you can see, it's a bit of a mess, but that's okay because honestly, that's just how life goes sometimes. It doesn't go the way we plan, but keeping a positive attitude is always the way to go. I know that things are okay and I've got more time to garden. However, just as I started to get my little desire to go back into the garden, the rain came back, and it has just been kind of rainy and then like moments in between rain where it's damp, humid, and ooh, so many mosquitoes, but I knew I had to get back out there. Oh my goodness, what a mess. And this was after me cleaning it out a couple weeks ago. Oy. My poor little supermarché that has been neglected now for so long I can't even open it, actually has given me some produce, which is really, really kind of it. I can't believe there's so many tomatoes. I didn't even think they would grow out here because there's not very much sun. But boy, they proved me wrong. Even though they've been completely neglected. Some squash. While I've been keeping out of the garden, the weeds have been having quite the party. And boy, oh boy, they do not want to go anywhere. These are some seriously tenacious weeds. So I felt like I got a pretty good workout getting these guys out of there. tucked away beneath all these giant tall weeds are lots of little herbs that are still happily growing along, and I'm so grateful that they're still there. And I'm excited that I think by the time I have another video up, I'm gonna have a beautiful little garden space to show. Nothing like what I thought I'd have, but I think it will be pretty well cleaned up by then. And right when I get it cleaned up is when I'll start to have to take care of the leaves that are already falling. You can see them here. The ground is getting covered a bit more and more each day with the little leaves that are falling down. I'm really more of a barefoot gardener, but I have learned my lesson. In this garden, at least, I'm going to need to be a bit more protected with my boots and long pants, something that so many people have said in the comments for a while now, recommending that I do that. So I'm finally doing it. I find it a little bit difficult because it's hot and it's just not the way I want to be gardening. But if it means I get to garden, then it's definitely worth it. This was about an hour-long break in the rain, so I knew I was fighting against the time and fighting against a billion mosquitoes because it was so humid and damp, even though this was only around noon, which usually in the afternoon the mosquitoes aren't bad at all, but when it's wet they are. But the perk of it being wet was that everything smelled so incredible. The lavender just smelled amazing. I'm so filthy, I'm covered in dirt because I kept trying to swat the mosquitoes off me. So, yeah, gross. Can't say this was my funnest gardening experience, and I barely got anything done. But I got to clean out part of that box with the most tenacious weeds ever. It's those guys that are still back there. Man, they're hard to get out. This box will be pretty easy. Oh gosh, that box back there is scary. And this was a pretty easy box to get out. I love listening to that music outside, and I absolutely love sitting at the window and making my own little music while I'm listening as well. It's a peaceful way to end the day, and I love having my beautiful curtains there to look at. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.